So to start off, I just want to thank the coaches, Coach Mo, Coach Logan, Coach Rito, Coach Goff, pretty much all of them, but a lot of the coaches that specifically had to mentor me for the past 4 years. I know it wasn't easy at first, and yeah, thank you. You guys really helped me, and multiple times I thought about quitting, but I didn't, just because of you guys. I also want to thank Old Bradley and Young Bradley, as they were originally here, and Old Bradley taught me a lot of the stuff I know too. And I also want to thank Ryan and Chase, because they were big influences on me staying in football and really enjoying it. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my mom and dad for driving me to practices, for going to games, for feeding me. I mean, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be at CAK today, and I definitely wouldn't play football. If it weren't for my mom, I would never have joined the team. Also want to thank my brother for encouraging me to play, and my girlfriend for showing up to all the games, screaming her lungs out. The only person almost as loud as Shane Mills. I'd like to give my jersey to any of the offensive linemen coming up. If it fits, they can have it. My favorite play was, well, my favorite play was definitely any play during the Clinton game, that whole game, because I know a lot of these guys, and it was very fun just destroying them, just brutally killing that team. And then my favorite memory had to be after the Scott County game, just the feeling of barely pulling off that win. And I have to say, I've probably never felt like something like that in my entire life. Like, I was so stressed out, and then just to pull off a win like that, amazing. Thank you all. Thank the parents. Thank Beverly Smith and everybody who gave us food. Coach Hawkins and Coach Hawkins' mom for, giving us food every Friday before the game. And I thank all you guys, everyone on the team.
I'd like to start off by thanking my mom and dad, and thanking all the coaches that have helped coach me in football over the years. And I'd have to say my favorite memory of football is probably just the way that Coach Mo comes out every day before practice, and he's just energized and he's ready to go, and just the music that he plays and the way that he inspires us to play the game. I'd like to give a special thank you to Coach Winslet for all the coaching that he's helped me with, and just all the good times we've had. Thank you.
I just want to start off by thanking my parents. They supported me through every decision I've made in high school, outside of football and in football and every other sport I've played. My favorite football memory was probably catching Cole's pass to send him over the yardage record for a career. It's kind of special when you get to catch a pass from your best friend and put him in the history books. You're welcome, Cole. You're welcome for the record. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna pass down my number to Will Sturkey. Sturkey's number 8. If you want to double that, make it 88. Feel free. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. And then, I'm sorry I'm not there right now, but I just want to thank all the coaches for welcoming me in. I came in a little late to the party, but it's okay. They gave me opportunities that I probably didn't deserve, and I appreciate that. I want to give a thanks to all the players. They welcomed me into the team, and there was a brotherhood in football that you can't really describe, and when you're out there with them, it's pretty special, and that's all I have to say.
To start off, I'd like to thank my mom and my dad and for just putting up with me. I'd like to thank Coach Rito, Coach Logan. They've done a lot for me. And I want to thank Coach Mo and Coach Hawkins. And I'd also like to thank Chase Blackburn, Ryan Mills, and Eli Shanique for convincing me to come back to football. It wasn't easy, it took them 3 years. And my favorite memory of the whole season and my favorite game was the DCA game. My favorite memory was when we played DCA and we ran sumo, and it was our blackout game. And we hiked the ball, and I went and I pancaked the guy, and the West jumped over me to score. Yeah, and that's it.
Alright, I'd like to thank God, my dad for all the support and love he gives me, my little brother, and Coach Mo for being an awesome coach, especially in my senior year, and my awesome kicking coach, Dan Orner. Favorite on-field memory would probably be hitting a 41-yard field goal at Scott County. My favorite off-field memory is probably be the camp out this year. I'd also like to leave my number to Xander Tonkin.
Even though we lost last year, end of the season, facing Alcoa at Alcoa, that was awesome. If I was going to give my number to anyone, it'd probably be Cole Howell. Go for it, buddy. Or, I mean, Pate, if you really want to be a lineman, go for it. It's all up to you. But, yeah, or anyone else who wants it. I want to thank Coach Bradley, old Bradley, even though he's no longer here. I want to thank Rito and Fritz and all the other O-line coaches. I want to thank Coach Mo for coming over here and dealing with all of us, even though it's first year. I think you're an awesome coach. I think you really led us well. I want to thank my other seniors. I love you guys. I want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandparents for always supporting me. Even when things kind of went downhill real fast. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you.
Alright, I'd like to start off by thanking my parents. I mean, they're the real driving force behind me playing football. I mean, in 9th grade, I really did not want to play, but they were the reason that I played, and I'm so glad I did. I wouldn't change anything. I'd like to thank some coaches now, especially old Bradley. He's not here anymore, but he was the real foundation to what I know now. I mean, he and Coach Rito, they definitely made me in a better alignment in every way possible. Coach Rito really stepped up to the plate this year. It was hard to fill Coach Bradley's role, and he did it pretty well. I'd also like to thank Coach Logan, who, I mean, he stepped up like Coach Rito, and he was a great mentor to me and the rest of the boys. I mean, he's brought me closer to God and to the entire football team. I'd also like to thank Coach Mo, who, I mean, coming into this, he didn't know what he was going to expect. I mean, and he really did a fantastic job of pushing our entire team, making us a better team, and having a great season. I mean, yeah, we didn't win state, but we had an amazing season, and I wouldn't have changed anything for the world. My favorite play, or I guess series, would be the second half of the Scott County game. We played so well that second half. The first half was awful, but the second half we played so well, and it really showed how much effort we put into the off season. And getting to that fourth quarter and overtime, and we still have fuel to keep going, and Scott County just didn't. That was the key factor in winning that game. And it really shows that Mo's off-season training helped a lot. So, if I was going to leave my number, I'd leave it to Bailey. If you want it, you can take it. If not, it's cool. So, yeah.
Okay, first off, I'd like by thanking my parents, whether they know it or not. I appreciate everything they've done for me in the past 4 years. Like it's meant a lot to me. I'd like to thank the coaches, Coach Winslet, Coach Mo, Coach Toby, and Coach Jack
for everything they've taught me. I couldn't be happier how my senior season turned out. Just the senior class and all the coaches were great. I learned a lot of lessons. I learned that everything in life isn't given to you. Starting out this season, I wasn't starting, and all the coaches made me earn my position back, and that really helped me appreciate it more. Coach Toby, he was great throughout the whole process. I learned so much about football from him. And the transition from coaches, Coach Mo was more than I could have asked for. He was great. I loved having him around. He was fun. My favorite play was probably my first pick at Livingston. That feeling was unbelievable. Just being surrounded by your teammates and cheering for a good play you've done, it was amazing. And I wouldn't change it for anything else. And I'd like to dedicate my number to Kent Gilbert.
Alright, I just want to thank my parents for always supporting me throughout my football adventure, all 4 years, even though they probably didn't want me to play after my freshman year with me breaking my neck and having a pretty bad concussion. The coaches I want to thank are Coach Mo for coming in and really helping out our defense, Coach Powers for making me a physical guy in my middle school years. I want to thank Coach Winslet for preparing me every single week for the opponent that we would face. And I want to thank Coach Goff for always being fun, glad to be around. My favorite football play would have to be in Livingston when I had a pretty big hit and I got up, some words were said, and a fight about happened, and Hayden was kind of pushing me away, and the refs ended up calling a personal foul on Hayden. That was pretty good. My favorite football moment would probably have to be when we came back against Grace. And then another pretty good memory was against Loudon, my pick six. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, my favorite football memory, kind of off the field, would have to be during the camp out. It was just a real fun time, and it's where the rush and go was invented. We'll live forever, hopefully. I want to give my number to a guy that's going to be coming out next year, Kent Gilbert, and give my shower to Grant Richardson.
Starting off, I want to thank Coach Mo for coming up with the word schmoly. That was a game changer all season, and I felt like I did my best job to embody that word, only seconded by Billy Howard. Next, I want to thank my parents. I want to thank all my position coaches. We got Coach Mo rotating in there. We got Fritz, Coach Logan. They all really tried to get me to work my hardest. And probably my favorite on-field moment was one day in practice when I tried to do a military grade somersault flip before a play, and overshot that a little bit. Ended up rolling into Chase's legs there. Kind of took him out, but it was a pretty funny moment. Another one would be our Bohemian Rhapsody sing-along in the middle of practice when Coach Hawkins beamed me in the head with football after that. That was also one of my best moments. Off the field, pretty much every time Billy Howard just couldn't figure out where to go. He got left at my house. Missed the practice a couple times. He's just what a guy. But also, you gotta think about Trey Tanner and the day we actually left him on game day. For the game, we were pulling out on the bus, and he ended up texting us that he was in the locker room. So we were almost out of a player. And for my number, I'd like to give it to the eternal freshman, Billy Howard. I feel like he's going to do some great things next year. Just keeps growing every year. And he's just, what a guy. And that's going to be all. And remember, boys, got to get it done. It's grind time.
I would like to thank my parents for being supportive of me throughout my high school years from transferring to CAK Catholic. I'd like to thank Coach Toby for pushing me really hard in DB drills and pushing me hard every day. I'd like to thank Rito for just being my favorite coach. He's the man. I'd like to thank Coach Goff for making me do endless dumb ball drills. I'd like to thank Mo for just being a bro. Love that guy to death. Thanks, Mo. My favorite on the field memory would probably be beating Grace and having 2 picks. That was probably the best. I hate Grace. Off the field would be the camp out. That was so much fun. Unkford chasing Luke Simpson half naked. It's a classic. Leaving Billy at the Unkford's house. That was a nice phone call from him. I'm probably going to miss having my older brother on the team, being the manager / water boy who doesn't really do anything besides stand at practice. I would like to dedicate my number to Garrett Bloom, representing Well Brother. I'd also like to dedicate my shower to Boss Man, aka Creamer, aka Max Smith.
First off, I'd like to thank my parents for everything they've done for me. Anything from family vacation to sending me to CAK to taking me on recruiting trips and different camps and everything like that. So I would also say that's probably one of my favorite memories, going on trips with my dad and everything, getting to spend some time with him, and even my mom on the ones that she got to come to. But so thank you all for all of that, and all my extended family that would come to the games and support us and everything. That means a lot. I would also want to thank a bunch of coaches. First off being Eddie Powers. He was my middle school coach, and he was a great influence. I still talk to him all the time. Coach Goff and Coach Logan, who are also in middle school, but they've came into the high school and they've been a huge impact on a whole high school football team. Coach Goff especially, I've known you forever, man. I love you. And I also want to thank Coach Mo for coming in our senior year. Our seniors can definitely say that you've been a huge impact on our senior year and our lives. We know that you're always there for us, and it's grind time, right? I also want to thank people like Rito, Coach Bradley. He taught me a ton that I know. He's no longer here at CAK. Also want to thank Toller when he was here. I want to thank Hawkins. Hawkins, thank you for a bunch that you did this year. I really enjoyed being with you. Getting to do the whole offense deal. It was a lot of fun this year. I also want to thank Richard. You've been a huge part of my football career, and even before you became a coach, you would always kind of talk to me and everything, and you're very blunt, and that's honestly what I like about you most, Richard. You shoot me straight and everything, and kept my head straight. But my favorite memory, or memories, probably has to be throwing a touchdown to the one and only Boss Man, my brother Max Smith. That was pretty cool, getting a little senior freshman connection there. I would also say throwing my last touchdown to Bill Bauer, breaking a state record. That was pretty cool. I would have to say my favorite memory off the field probably has to be Coach Winslet, when I had that whole little helmet with the no face mask and sock thing. You know what I'm talking about. It's pretty good. Me and some of the other guys on the team has fun with the vacuum, cleaning up the whole locker room and everything. And I'm gonna give my shower up to Alex Dalton. You're the man. You and Pat, you're pretty cool. I'm gonna have to give my jersey to another number 12, Braden Davis. He's coming up. He's going to be a freshman. He's a pretty cool kid. Again, thank you to all the coaches and everything that you did to make this senior year so awesome. Thanks.